Just when you thought that zombie games cannot be expanded on any further, Dying Light refreshed the genre with an amazing introduction, and after 3 years since Dying Light 2, Dying Light the Beast was finally released. Dying Light the Beast went back to the horror tone of the first game. While DL2 added a bit of vibrancy into the world, Dying Light the Beast reduced large-scale urban areas and added more forest and deserted ones. Nighttime also received some changes. Now it's pitch black, which helps the game emphasize horror and discomfort. The world of Dying Light the Beast is full of suffering and pain, and is shown through little messages and stories left by people who couldn't make it. The game received slight changes. Driving was added due to the game's reduction of urban areas and increase of flat, deserted ones. Gun combat received more focus this time, and having a gun, despite it being kind of optional in the first 2 games, is now essential. In my Dying Light 2 review, I mentioned that nighttime chases are actually fun, and sometimes I would get myself caught on purpose to start a chase, but now I wouldn't even dare. Chases are back to being terrifying and brutal, and with the night's increased darkness, the system became unforgiving. The combat is even more gory now, with the same system from Dying Light 2 where the enemy shows physical damage depending on where you hit them, making it to DL the Beast. I love this system. It's realistic, gory, and very immersive. When it comes to combat and stealth, they're largely unchanged and kind of more limited due to the game's smaller size. However, one of the most notable additions is Beast Mode. I really like this feature. It doesn't only reference Kyle's inhuman nature, but it's also balanced and has really entertaining gameplay. It was expanded on so much. It even has its own skill tree, and it doubles if not triples the amount of gore the combat has. Another addition that isn't as welcomed is the leveling system. Now areas have specific levels and you need to grind in order to progress through them. Again, developers just trying to drag out playing time. They also do that through forcing you to travel long distances between and during missions. Now, a Dying Light wouldn't be a Dying Light if it didn't have parkour, and this Dying Light got amazing parkour. No crazy additions or anything, just simple, fluid, fast-paced parkour the world complements. Until you get to open areas, then you have to find yourself a car. And the last thing I want to talk about is the music, and oh my God, I love the music in this game. The game has a great balance. Nighttime is terrifying, but daytime allows you to be daring, and the intense action-packed music suits the new vibe so well and makes the game unique. It kinda makes you feel like a badass predator. Not this type of predator, this one. Fucking hell, this is so badass. The story brings back Kyle. After the events of the first game and the DLC, he gets caught by the Baron and experimented on for 13 years. Those experiments were very brutal and full of pain, and when Kyle escaped the facility with the help of Olivia, she tells him that in order to get stronger, he needs to take down chimeras and inject himself with their blood until he gets strong enough to face the Baron and take his revenge. The story is very refreshing. Kraid has changed so much and is now more ruthless and full of rage, which is not only a fresh take on the character, but also suits the narrative, because who would still be calm after enduring this for 13 years? Dying Light the Beast has some flaws, but they're overshadowed by the great things the game offers. It's a great step back to what made the game great, and for that, it deserves an 8.8 out of 10.